En dan gaan wij ook onze eigen internationale talenten even testen.
Yes.
Over naar het Engels. So we're going to switch to English because we have a very special guest at the microphone. Hello, Katya.
Hello.
Welcome. You have no idea what we're talking about today, right?
No idea.
Well, it's very international about all the different religions in Tilburg, the different visitors to Tilburg, but we're also we spotted Roadburn on the map, and I think that has to do with why you're here.
Yeah. Could you tell us a bit, like, what brought you to Tilburg at this specific time and place? Because there's something going on.
Yeah. So there's a music festival called Roadburn that's happening, and the tagline is redefining heavy. So it is music that metal would be the obvious one. So it includes metal, but it's heavy music from a lot of different genres, everything from folk to hip hop to EDM, industrial.
So it's really about redefining. Heavy can be very, like, many different genres.
That's right. Yeah. I think the heavy includes not just the intensity of the music, but as far as like it doesn't have to be aggressive, right? It can still be heavy and be somber or sad or just dark. Yeah.
And the thing that I always hear about Roadburn is that it's also a lot about the experience and the setting, that it makes it so impressive to visit. And where did that start for you? Like, when was the first time you came to Roadburn?
This is actually my first time, but I've been aware of it for many years. I've known people who've played here and known people who've attended, but this year was my year to attend and really take in Tilburg and try to see as much music as possible.
So did you come from far away?
Yeah, I flew here from Portland, Oregon in the United States.
And because I think, like, does America not have these kinds of big concerts or these kinds of events? Or is it a genre that's like very small in America?
Yeah, so there are festivals in the United States. They're usually really oriented towards really big pop stars and lots of money. And one nice thing about Roadburn is that it's diving into a more of a niche. So we would not really ever have a heavy festival in the United States. It's not really a genre of music that's very appreciated, I would say, culturally on a wider scale.
Yeah. So could you then also say that it's, despite the fact that it might be heavy and like metal, has some sort of, maybe some sort of vibe to it, that if you're not like involved in the scene, it might kind of scare you away a bit. But on the other hand, it's such a niche in the example of Roadburn. Is it that also is intimate in some way, you'd say?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say in the United States, maybe there's a little bit of a perspective that it only, like if you were to have that in your town, you would be inviting people who are angry or into... they're Satanists or something, right? Like that's sort of the perspective. I don't know how you all feel about that here in Tilburg, but you seem very welcoming. And yeah, it's kind of awesome to just see so many people crossing the streets because you have to go to different venues. So when you're passing by, there's a different kind of feeling in passing by your comrades, you know?
Yeah. Something that I can say, like, I haven't visited the festival itself yet, but I've been to metal festivals when I was like a teenager. And there's always some sense of unity. I mean, you can see like the band shirts and the black merchandise that's like kind of has maybe a darker feel to it. But on the other hand, it also unifies. And I feel like that's something I'm feeling right now when I walk the streets, that there feels some sort of unity amongst people that are visiting the festival. It could just be me. I don't know if that's...
No, it is. And what I love about it too is it's international. So it's, it brings people from all over, and it's like finding the others. All in the same place from different parts of the world, and that's kind of amazing. I've met a lot of people at the camp and at the festival who are from all over the world. So, I mean, music is special in the way that it brings us together, and it's universal. You can, music. You can put music anywhere in the world, and it's going to speak to people and bring them together. And I love that, and it's so important.
Yeah. Is there already like a highlight, something that you really are happy that you saw that, like musically?
Well, one thing, my favorite part of, so far we've only gone through one day and today's day two. So yesterday, there were some great acts. I'll plug them. Body Void was amazing. And OC and Jupiter, which was like a dark folk project. But my favorite, which I wasn't expecting, was this kind of industrial group called the Soft Moon. They were kind of post-punk industrial, but they were on the main stage at the end of the night, and they had a lot of dance elements to them. And so what I loved seeing the most was all of the people who, you can see a lot of these folks like don't normally dance, right? And they let themselves go and they close their eyes, and you could see at first that they were sort of like reluctantly looking around, But the more people that started moving and grooving, then they all started letting go. And I tried not to be too obvious about looking at people, but I kept looking around and just seeing those eyes closed. And I thought it was such a beautiful thing just to see people let go and move their bodies, because we don't do that enough.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So you're going to have a great weekend. I hope you have 2 or 3 more beautiful days. And thank you for sharing your experience as an international guest of Tilburg. And I hope that you enjoy Tilburg for a few more days.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye, Katja.